Hey, what's going on? This is Pim, coming in hot, okay? Talking to you and only you, right through the internet. Don't even worry about it. Okay, so I've been working on this stop motion set, right? Okay, it's kind of this like outdoors set type thing, and I've been working on it for like a long ass time. Okay, it feels like it's been a long ass time. I mean, half of that's just me slacking. Okay, I'll be the first to admit that, but the other half is just a lot of like test pieces, a lot of trial and error, those type of shenanigans. But I'm really happy with how it turned out so far. So I kind of wanted to show the journey. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, maybe see if I can pick up some tips from people with more experience than me with that kind of stuff. Because it is technically my like first real venture into at least something this big. You know what I'm saying? I've made sets before, but they're nowhere near the size of this monster that I've got right here. Okay, this one's massive. But no, a lot of it was just kind of trial and error and testing. Because the freaking baseboards are expensive shit. Okay, I don't want to cover it all with the stuff I want to use and look at it like, damn man, this sucks. I gotta redo it. So I did a lot of tests and stuff like that. I feel like I've been working on this for like half a year. Okay, which sounds crazy. So I don't know if that's the case, but I feel like I got a feeling that it's been about that long. And I'm too lazy to figure out the actual time that I've been working on it. So we're gonna go with half a year. We're gonna go with let's say probably 4 months. That's probably a more accurate time. I think I've been working on it for about 4 months. But I'm rambling, so I guess I should get on with it. Jesus. Anyways, started off prepping the base plates. Okay, make them compatible with tie downs. Right. The base plates themselves are like 60 centimeters by 120 centimeters. I think that's Kanaka stand measurements for you right there. And I'm using two of them, so it's like 120 by like 240, right? So it's a lot. Okay, it's pretty big. The idea we've got here is we want these holes so we can stick screws through them, right? And obviously the screws into the puppet's feet. To hold them down so they don't fall over. It saves a ton of time in post-production, okay? A ton of time. Because obviously, like, the alternative is having, like, a rig or a helping hands or something like that to hold up the puppet so it doesn't fall over. Having to mask out... having to mask that out over every single frame, that's a hell no from me, dog, okay? That's a lot of work, okay? I've done that in the past, okay? If any of you guys watched my Mewtwo video, that was basically... every single frame where I'd have to edit some stuff out. So yeah, we're not doing that this time. Okay, we're thinking ahead. Okay, we improve, adapt, overcome, whatever the saying is. Okay, what was I saying? So yeah, I marked even segments kind of across the board. I put the length of every like half footstep of the character, and then at the intersection of each of these lines, I just drilled a hole through it. Pretty easy stuff. So there's really a ton of kind of flexibility with where I can place the puppets because it's all over, okay? It's all ogre right now, okay? It's all over the thing. So I can realistically have the scene go in any direction I want, which is nice. I really wanted the flexibility to kind of be kind of free with where I want to do stuff. It's also nice to use just for kind of practice animation because I can just kind of practice stuff on the test on the board without having to worry about like where the holes are going to be placed, because like the alternative is just placing holes just where the steps are going to be, and obviously that's bad because a ton of reasons. Like what if I want to change things, what if they're not far enough apart, what if it looks bad? So yeah, it's a lot easier this way. And you know what, you can't even really tell where the holes are. Okay, take it from me. Okay, you can't even tell where they are, especially on the camera. Okay, in real life it's a little bit more obvious, but you still have to look for it. But over the camera, you can barely even notice where the holes are. Especially the seam between the two boards is another thing. They lined up surprisingly well. I was expecting them to look really really obvious that there was two boards, but they actually really line up really well. So I'm actually pretty happy with how I did that, because it means I didn't screw things up too much. After that, I set up the scenery for set. I made these little rocks and these little trees by hand. They were a ton of fun to make, honestly. I think they look pretty good overall. For not being super well versed with kind of terrain building, I think they look pretty decent for trees and rocks. I got this like it's supposed to be kind of one of those underwater thermal vents, you know what I'm saying? I'm going for this kind of underwater / not underwater type theme, so we'll have to see how that goes. But overall, I'm really liking it. Okay, I think it looks fantastic. Okay, I got some fake plants got some of this moss, and then I set up this like electrical wiring for these like electrical pole ideas. The generator looks kind of ass, you know, but hey, it's all good. Okay, don't even worry about it. I'm a little concerned with how the lights are gonna kind of interact with the blue screen, but you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of interesting because like you've got the what would you call it, like the bloom or the flare or whatever of the light bulb itself, right? And that's kind of like a transparency gradient, I think. I guess that would be a way to put it, because like it's gonna be kind of see through the farther away you get from the center of the light source, I guess, right? So there's gonna be blue behind there, so it's gonna probably be coming out of the of kind of a basic blue screen keying. I assume it's going to be kind of removing some of the light or making it look like fully non-transparent, which neither of those options I really like. So I just got to work a little bit harder. I would assume I just have to work a little bit harder to get those light sources looking more natural when it comes to the keying process, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, I'm optimistic. Okay, I'm a very optimistic person right now, and I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be fine. The final thing, basically just the ground cover itself right here. I'm using a mixture of coffee grounds, modeling paste, and acrylic paint. Okay, the base coat is this really, really sexy looking burnt umber, which is like slowly becoming like my favorite color, or at least in terms of like paint, it's becoming my favorite paint color. Okay, after that we go over it with a bit of a black wash, and then I believe it's raw sienna that I dry brush on after that. But yeah, that's basically it. It looks really, really nice. I think so, at least for my first test. Okay, you can't say it looks terrible for my first try. Okay, you know what I'm saying? But it's really like surreal looking at it, because like I said, I've been working on it for like, we're gonna go with 4 months. Okay, that's the estimate. Okay, I've been working on it for a long ass time, and then like I just got up one day, and I think the last oh yeah, I didn't mention it, I also did static grass as I guess that's the last component, but I was doing the static grass application, right? And I finished that up, and then I'm like looking over, I'm like, okay, what do I have left to do for my stop motion short film, I guess, whatever you would call it. I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, I've got a lot of puppet stuff I gotta stop slacking on. Okay, that's a high priority that I'm not treating as a high priority right yet. So I got that right. I'm like, well, let's focus on the set itself. Okay, let's just get this done. Okay, so I'm looking at it, I'm trying to figure out stuff that I can do. I'm like, yeah, I can do a bit more static grass in a few of these locations farther in the back. I can fix some of the lighting, I can do stuff like that. I'm looking at it, I'm like, you know what, dog, like I'm done. Like, what the hell am I even saying? I'm done, dude. I don't have anything left to do at all. So it was really surreal when that kind of hit me. I'm like, dude, it's done, we did it, I got there. Okay, I'm ready to go. So yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I guess I don't really have anything to say anymore. I'm just rambling at this point. This whole video is a ramble, okay? You got bamboozled because this whole video was just a ramble. You thought it was going to be actual information? Nah, this is just me rambling. But anyways, I am hoping to have a teaser, or maybe, yeah, I guess teaser clips of stuff coming out. It's just going to be, you know, takes a while, kind of me fleshing out the scene to make sure that, like, it looks good when I put it through the post-production pipeline. That's kind of the big thing right now. So I'm probably going to be doing just some test animations over it to see how I can work with the 3D scenery. But after that, I do want to kind of have a trailer for the thing coming out relatively soon. That's going to be a thing that I'm focusing on pretty soon. So that's probably what I'm going to be working on next. And then after that, we're going head first into the full movie. Okay, so yeah, I'm excited for that. Definitely excited for that. And yeah, I'll see you guys around.